Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Osvaldo Garcia Amora. I am reporting lesson 4 General Rules and Equipments in Processing Evidence in Chapter 3. So, let's start. General Rules in Collection and Preservation of Biological Materials. Number 1. Use of protective gloves. 2. Avoid coughing or sneezing materials. 3. Packaging of biological materials. 4. Special precautions. Materials for evidence packaging, marking, and sealing. Number 1. Acceptable packaging containers depending on the type of evidence include paper bags, plastic bags, clear plastic is preferred for drug cases, boxes, study cardboard, manila envelopes, small glass vials, typical arson and liquid drugs, metal scan, typical arsons. Number 2. Acceptable seals. A. Tamper-proof evidence tape. B. Reinforced packaging tape. C. Heat seal. Number 3. Information on each package should be minimally included. 1. Name of the agency. B. Agency case number. 3. Item number. D. Date. E. The investigator's identifier. And number 4. Additional packaging of evidence should include where the item was found, by whom. B. Or C. Date and item found. D. Description of items. Traditional method of preserving or recording evidence. Number 1. Photograph, audio, and videotape. Microfilm, photostats, Xerox, voicing, tracing, etc. Photography is considered to be the most practical, useful, and reliable means of preserving due to the following reasons. Number 2. Sketching. If no scientific apparatus to preserve evidence is available, then a rough drawing of the scene or object to be preserved is done. It must be simple, identifying significant items and with exact measurement. See more in Chapter 4. Observe and description. Description is done by putting into the words, person, or the things to be preserved. Describing a thing requires keen observation and a power of attention, perception, intelligence, and experience. It must be cause a vivid impression on the mind of the reader. A true picture of things describes the use of portrait purely by used. Continuation of lesson 4. What is portrait parley? Spoken pictures. It refers to a verbal, accurate, and picturesque description of the identified, such as information by the given witness, relatives, and other persons who are acquainted with the physical features of the person to be identified. If a skilled investigative illustrator is available, a picture of the persons to be identified may be drawn or sketched. It's called cartographic sketch. As a check to the sketch or drawing made, it must be shown to the person who gave the information to see whether it is tallies with the person to be identified. If available, the investigator may look at what commonly called Rogue's gallery. Number 4. Mannequin method. In a minimized model of scene of a human body, indicating marks of the various aspects of the things to be served, and anatomical models or statue by use in injuries are indicated with appropriate legends. Number 5. Preservation in the mind of the witness. A person who perceives something relevant for the proper adjudication of case may be witness in the court if he or she has the power to transit to the other what he perceived. He would just have to take a reticle of his collection. Number 6. Written notes. What do you have seen or observed? 7. Developing and lifting fingerprints found at the crime scene. 8. Gathering physical evidence. 9. Plaster cast. 10. Written statement of unsubject witness. Integrity of trace evidence. Integrity of trace evidence. Protection trace evidence from loss contamination is essential. One of the primary paths if contamination is from collector to the evidence. The collector evidence in questions, this may include the hair or fiber from the collector to prevent contamination. Crime scene personnel must wear personal protective equipment or PPE such as glove and mask and use trace contaminant and free implements where collecting evidence. What is the principle of chain of custody? Evidence passes through a several person for several purpose. Due to this, the principle of the chain custody must be observed. The chain of the custody is the most critical process of evidence documentation. What is the chain of custody rule? It is a paramount of importance to any investigation. It is an unbroken sequence of events that is caused by an item of evidence from the time it is found at the crime scene to be the time it appears in the court. What does chain of custody do? The chain custody proves the integrity of piece of evidence. A paper trail is maintained so that the person who had change of the evidence at the given time can be known quickly and summoned to testify during the trial as if required. And that's all for the lesson 4. Thank you.